Yes.
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 I do.
Yes.
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 I think in many ways they do trust me.
Yes.
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 Yes. I think so.
I would say no.
I trust my parents with some things, like my feelings and emotions, but other things I don't tell them because I know they'll be disappointed in me. But honestly, it's a part of growing up and it's natural, but I still don't want them to think that way about me.
I trust my parents because I know they'll always be there for me.
Yes, I trust my parents because they always support me and show that they have my back.
Yes, I can trust my parents because I feel like they always have my back and they always have great advice for me.
Yes, I do trust my parents. They're always there for me and they support everything that I do.
I can trust my parents because they will help me through whatever I go through and whatever I say, they'll always be by my side. I definitely trust my parents. I share almost everything with them.
Yeah, I'd say I trust my parents a lot. I trust my parents probably more than I trust everybody else in the world.
I wish my parents knew I feel super lonely at times. The parents need to start listening and looking for signs that their daughter or son is lonely, and if they see them retreating into their room, they need some love and attention and do things that make the child happy.
I wish my parents knew that not everyone lives the same life as them. Wow, that's an eye-opener. And I think kids should be comfortable talking to their parents about everything and explaining their hardships and how they can help deal with it.
I wish my parents knew how much stress I feel every day. I wish they knew that just because I am younger and don't have a job yet doesn't mean my stress is less valid. I wish they knew I am trying my best and I can't fix their problems too because I can hardly manage my own safely. I wish they knew I had more help with giving up my independence. I wish they knew I was drowning. I wish my parents knew that I think I may have an eating disorder. I wish there was more balance and peace for them and happiness and fun. There's so much more out there. And to talk to your parents, that's what us parents want, is just communication.
I wish my parents knew how hard I work to make them proud. You as a student, if you guys could reach out to your parents and just say, hey, I'd like to have a timeout and talk with you. And I'm not asking you to solve all the problems, but just to listen to me.
I wish my parents knew how depressing and painful it is to watch them fight at home. Ooh. This breaks my heart when my children do see my husband and I disagree because we're not perfect. They get very moved by that. I believe that conflicts are a part of life, and I want them to know how to work through conflict, yet their awkward feelings and their uncomfortableness strike my mommy heart.
I wish my parents knew how much they make me feel worthless compared to my brother. That's probably one of my biggest fears, is that one of my children thinks that I don't love them as much as the other one. And I think as parents, we realize how we miss out on opportunities, and sometimes we put a lot of pressure on our kids to kind of make up for our own shortcomings. It's tough because we know the benefits of doing well and getting into a good school. It just says I wish my parents loved me. It kind of breaks my heart that any child would feel like their parent doesn't love them. And when we have relationships in life, we have expectations, and what that means is we kind of expect somebody should know how to love you or how to say I love you.
I wish my parents knew that I am my own human being, not a possession to be shown off. And I don't care if my physical appearance is embarrassing to them. I wish my parents would respect me and treat me as myself rather than their lost aspirations and hopes. From a parental point of view, it affects me in that whether my daughter wrote something like this or has thought about this at some time, or my son has felt this way.
I wish my parents knew that I'm always doing my best. They told me they were proud of me every once in a while.
I'm sure your parents are proud of you, but it would be nice if they told you, and that's a good reminder for all of us.
I wish adults understood how hard I'm trying to get up and go to school every day. I'm tired and it's hard to do my work, and I'm trying my very best. The generation that you guys are in is much more difficult than past generations. And the stress level that you're under is much more intense, just because you can't ever get away from the things that are around you.
I wish my parents knew that I struggle to fit in with others. I feel like I can't be myself around others, and I have a hard time loving myself. I wish they knew that I feel like even if I try my best, I will still manage to fail or be judged or made fun of. I wish my parents knew how stressed and exhausted I am trying to live up to their expectations. I wish that kids knew that they should just be themselves, and they're harder on themselves than others are.
I wish my parents knew that I'm not perfect, and that because of one B this term, I have anxiety and sad thoughts. That B would prevent me from getting into a good college. I'm very worried about it, and when left alone to my own thoughts, I constantly regret getting a B. It's eye-opening.
So I wish the people in my life knew how hopeless and unattainable my dreams feel and how scared I am for the future. Well, I have a 16-year-old. It's hard to look at these questions because I don't know that she's scared. So I hope that I can help her, through high school and let her know that, I just want her to do better than me and her dad. We're here for her. She's the only one we have.
I wish my parents knew how much I struggle with life. This might be the one thing that I hope that my kids don't feel. Life is not easy. And I know that we all have struggles. However, as a parent, this one breaks my heart the most. To think that maybe there's something I haven't done or haven't provided them with that is making them struggle. I feel this is probably every parent's worst nightmare. I wish my parents knew that I didn't tell you about my grades because I was scared. It's not easy to look as though you're not successful, but please don't ever be afraid, because we are here for you, and we're here to support you and help guide you.
I wish my parents knew how my emotions and personal life affected me, including how I get very depressed sometimes, and when I try to explain it to my mom, she doesn't take it seriously, and how my dad and his problems affect me on a day-to-day basis. I do have a good relationship with my boys, and so if they didn't feel like they could come to me, and if they felt depressed, it would break my heart.
I wish my parents knew that 2 years ago, I almost killed myself. Oh man.
I wish my parents knew how much I go through every day and how hard I try not to be such a disappointment and outcast compared to my other siblings. Although it may seem that way, like a lot of people may feel down when their parents may focus on another sibling, just know that they always love you and that they'll always be there for you no matter what you're going through.
I wish my parents knew how hard school actually is, how stressed I am, how much I just want to give up, how much I just want to sleep for days, how much I love them, how much I appreciate them. I understand the stress and the wanting to give up and just kind of just stop it all, but you have to understand your parents love you, they appreciate you. I assure you they know that you love them and that you appreciate them.
I wish my parents knew how their judgment affects me. I think that a lot of people feel like this because being a teenager is about being busy, but it's also about doing things outside of your comfort zone. And having your parents weigh in on your decisions is really difficult to cope with and kind of make decisions for yourself.
I wish my parents knew that I'm sad most of the time and that I always keep to myself because they make me feel like I don't matter. Because I'm the middle child and all I see is that they care about are my little brother and my sister. I wish they acknowledged me. I don't really know how your parents express how they feel about you, but I know that my parents, that they're always going to be proud of me no matter what I do. Like, I know that they aren't always the best at expressing it, but I know that no matter what I do, they'll always love me in something, and they'll always have a part of me that part of them that is proud of me for doing something.
I wish my parents knew that I don't hate them. I just have trouble opening up to people in total from what I've gone through. People deal with issues differently, and everyone goes through it differently, and then some people don't open up to their parents when they go through these issues.
I wish my parents knew that when I choose to spend time by myself and stay in my room, it's not because I don't love them, but I'm just sad and working through things in my own head. I don't have the capacity and time to spend every second with them, and I'm sorry for that. What helps me is communicating with them and letting them know what's going on so they can understand.
I wish my parents knew how hard I work in school. I know I relate to this because I do my best in school, but I don't get the good grades I wish I got, and it's hard, like getting bad grades and not being good enough.
I wish my parents knew that I hate being compared to my sister, how much I care about them, and that I tell them everything, / never keep secrets. I can relate to this because I have 2 siblings that they always compare my grades to them.
I wish my parents knew that some days are just bad and you don't feel like socializing. And I don't like when they get upset if I don't feel like talking. Some days I just don't talk, and they get really mad at me when I have short answers and then go in my room. It's not because of them or anything, it's just because some things are weighing down on me and I don't feel like talking.
I wish my parents knew how much gratitude I have for them. I wish people understood how stressful school is. I wish my parents knew I try my best.